deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. Hello and welcome to the Final Order Report, where we bring you a hand-picked selection of comics and graphic novels before they head to print and quantities are finalized. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop and your last chance to subscribe or special order before the final order deadline this Monday at noon, February 17th. These titles will be hitting our shelves as soon as March 12th. Green Brain Comics and the Final Order Report are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or download the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or access your existing account to order and pay securely online, ensuring you never miss an issue. Today I'll be using Comichub to showcase items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders Carousel. Once you get signed in here, behind the orange banner is everything that we have aside for you currently on your account, waiting to be paid for and picked up or shipped. Behind the green banner is all the carousels we will be looking at today. Once you open that up, the top carousel now turns right to left, and that is the results of the most recent search. Below that, we've got some PDF previews. And then we've got the orders due Sunday carousel. That's the one we'll be using today. But below that one, we do have next Wednesday's items, and we have carousels for upcoming events as well. Once you click into the orders due Sunday carousel, see that you now scroll top to bottom, and we have filters behind the red buttons for alphanumeric filters and drop downs for publisher, category, brand, etc. All right, now that you've had a chance to look around, let's move into the first segment. Let's see, I think we're going straight into original graphic novels. And first up in original graphic novels this week is We All Got Something. We All Got Something is from Drawn and Quarterly and created by Lawrence Lindell. It's 168 pages for $21.95. Looks like a story about PTSD and the effects on a life, a love, coming to terms with the mental health crises sabotaging it all. This is coming out on April 30th from Drawn and Quarterly. Then over at Fantagraphics, we got this cool looking new book from Jordan Crane called Goes Like This. For almost 3 decades, master cartoonist Jordan Crane has put together a body of short stories that garnered him multiple Eisners and Ignatz Award nominations via the pages of his comic book series Uptight and the influential comics anthology Non. Yet they have never been collected until now. Ooh, it's 192 big pages for $39.99 from Jordan Crane and Fantagraphics. Also from Fantagraphics and cartoonist Chloe Wari, we have Season of the Roses hardcover. Dazzling to the eye, Season of the Roses is at least at once a deeply felt coming-of-age story and an inspirational rallying cry for young women living in a man's world. From Fantagraphics and Chloe Wari, this is Season of the Roses from available on March 26th for $29.99. And wrapping up our focus on original graphic novels is this hardcover collection from Z2 Comics, drumming up an appetite with Vinnie Paul. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the drummer's seat. Vinnie Paul, beloved drummer, best known for his tasty rhythms in Pantera, Damage Plan, and Hell Yeah, had another passion that fueled his days: incredible eats and delicious treats. This volume contains his favorite recipes, written by Vinnie before his passing, and we are honored to present them to you so that the cooking hostile tradition is carried on. Now get your apron on. From Vinnie Paul, and let's see, cover art by Eric Rodriguez, designed by Michael Wilson and Josh Bernstein, with photography as well, and food styling. It's drumming up an appetite with Vinnie Paul from Z2 Comics, available on March 12th. Get your orders in this weekend. Oh yeah, one more thing. We've got this very cool thing. Image Comics got the rights to publish the complete Deadbone Erotica Omnibus by Vaughn Baudet. This is 272 pages of some of the most amazing underground comics from the 70s, collected for the first time in chronological order. Underground comics legend Vaughn Baudet's charmingly risque strips and Baudet's broads from Cavalier magazines. The kind men like. Originally written and drawn in the 70s, this volume represents a time capsule in erotic humor, as only a master of the form could create it. 272 pages for $39.99. This is the complete Deadbone Erotica Omnibus from Image Comics, with cover art by Mark Baudet. And that wraps up our focus on original graphic novels. Now let's move right on over, do this and then this, and we'll do a final report on trade paperbacks. The first of which is Babs. This collects, I would say, the 5-issue miniseries from Garth Ennis and Jason Burrows, a savage sword and sorcery parody from the creators of The Preacher, The Boys, and Marvel's Get Fury. This is 160 pages from Ahoy Comics for $18.99. Then we got a new hardcover volume of ElfQuest, the original quest. This collects the issues ElfQuest, the original quest, 6 through 10, 216 pages for $29.99. From Dark Horse Comics and Wendy and Richard Pini. Space Usagi, White Star Rising, gets a graphic novel softcover and hardcover. Softcover is $17.99. Hardcover, I think, is like $25. Collects that most recent 3-issue miniseries, 128 pages for $17.99. Over at DC Comics, we get a collection of the All-In Saga. This reprints Absolute Power number 4, DC All-In Special number 1, Justice League Unlimited number 1, Batman 153, Wonder Woman 14, and Superman 19. All great intros into a new era of DC Comics. A new era best signified by the best logo in the business, DC Comics All-In Saga, 192 pages for $19.99. Batman Full Moon hardcover collects that 4-issue miniseries from the Black Label imprint to a hardcover for $29.99. Not sure how many of those I'll be getting. Might want to make sure to special order that if you're interested. Here's a cool one. The Amazing Spider-Man gets a Volume 3 in the Modern Era Epic Collections. This is collecting the first year or so from the J. Michael Straczynski run over on Amazing Spider-Man, joined by John Romita Jr. Love it or hate it, this is one of the most monumental and milestone markers in the series of Amazing Spider-Man. So much to say about this. It's 392 pages for $44.99. Earth X gets a new volume, or a new printing, I should say, 472 pages for $44.99. Classic work from writer Alex Ross, who also did all the cover paintings. Interiors by John Paul Leon. Hey, it's Jeff. It's the Jeff-verse graphic novel. This collects all of the Jeff-verse stuff. Look, he's so cute. He's gonna eat my head. Chomp, 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 chomp. It's Jeff. The Jeff-verse collects. It's Jeff and it's Jeff-verse and Venom War. It's Jeff. It's Jeff. Hey, we get a Volume 1 of Kid Venom. This series, let's see. This volume includes the one-shot Origins and the 4-issue miniseries by Tai Gami, with this cover by Gerardo Sandoval. Marvel also puts out a trade paperback of the recent miniseries Phases of the Moon Knight. That was an anthology with a whole bunch of different short stories featuring adventures of a whole bunch of different Moon Knights from across the era and across the multiverse, with a cover by Mateus Manhanini, available on the day, May 7th. Wow. Wednesday after Free Comic Book Day. Phases of the Moon, graphic novel volume 1. Marvel also puts out a collection of the recently completed adaptation of Star Wars Ahsoka, volume 1, season 1, from Rodney Barnes, Stephen Cummings, and this cover by David Nakayama. And that wraps up our focus on trade paperbacks. Now let's take an extended look at new printings. Lots of new printings, so I'll save you the pitches and we'll go right into it. We got a second printing of Bug Wars #1, the recent hit from Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Asrar with a recolored cover. A third printing of Geiger #10, and a second printing of Geiger #11. Transformers gets a whole bunch of new printings. We get an 11th printing of #1, a 7th printing of 2, a 5th printing of #3 with this Steve Scroce cover, a 4th printing of #6 with a cover by Hendra Persetia. 8 gets a 3rd printing with a cover by Miko Soyan. 11 gets a 3rd printing with a cover by J. Anacleto. 12 gets a 2nd printing, cover A by Jason Howard, and cover B by Jason Howard. And 13 gets a 3rd printing with a cover by Jay Lee and June Chung. And Void Rivals #1 gets an 11th printing. All of those will be available on March 12th from Image Comics Skybound Entertainment. Over at DC Comics, we get a facsimile edition of Batman Adventures #12. This features the debut of the modern Harley Quinn, written by Kelly Puckett with art by Mike Parabek, and a cover by Mike Parabek and Rick Burchett. Sure. Now let's go back here. Let's see, we get a couple different variant covers, a facsimile Superpowers variant action figure cover, a blank variant, and a foil variant for $7.99. That's Batman Adventures number 12 facsimile. DC also puts out a facsimile of Saga of the Swamp Thing number 37, featuring the first appearance of John Constantine, with a beautiful cover and interior art by Rick Veitch and John Toddleben, written by Alan Moore. The Swamp, yeah, amazing stuff, and what a beautiful cover. We get a facsimile tribute cover by Mondo. Yeah, that's cool. Mondo's been doing some other covers over at Image lately. This is cool. I like it. And a Superpowers cardstock action figure variant, all for Swamp Thing, the facsimile edition number 37. Over at Marvel, we get second printing of Star Wars The Legacy of Vader number 1, kicking off the new era of Star Wars comics. A second printing of Wolverine number 6, a big turning point for that storyline. And a second printing for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 1 with this Leonardo Romero cover. And a second printing for number 2 with a Leonardo Romero cover. That wraps up our focus on new printings. Now let's slide right on over into second issues. First up in second issues is a very miniaturized cover of 27 Run Crash. This number 2 is going to be from Diamond Comics, and it's probably going to be a little bit late, but currently scheduled for March 12th. We are currently waiting on number 1 of 27 Run Crash. Looks cool, giant monsters. Just too bad it's all miniature here. Oh well. We get a second issue of Bronze Faces number 2, which just debuted last week from Boom Studios. Gotcha Man, Only One Earth, number 2 of 4. And Mine is a Long, Lonesome Grave, number 2, also just debuting this last week from Justin Jordan and Chris Sheehan. Lenore the Time War, number 2, gets us this second issue. The order deadline precedes the release of number 2, number 1 from Roman Dirge. Oh, we already got this number 1. Frankenstein, New World, The Sea of Forever. Number 2 ships on March 26th. Very excited about that. Also from Dark Horse Comics is the second issue of Into the Unbeing Part 2. Yeah, by Zach Thompson and super mega superstar Hayden Sherman. Let This One Be a Devil, number 2. Number 1's coming out next week. Get this B cover for number 2 by interior artist Peter Kowalski. It is so effing metal. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah. From Dark Horse Comics, we also get a Sister Imperator number 2. Still waiting on a number 1. Hey, we got a number 1 of The Hive. Here we get a number 2. Hooray. Well, I threw that one in out of order. Hey, we get a second printing of Absolute Batman number 4. He looks like he's punching me in the head. Did that. Okay, here we are. Green Lantern Corps number 2. We just got number 1 in. I hope you dug it. It's from Jeremy Adams with art by Fernando Pasarin, who is a veteran of the Green Lantern Corps. It's pretty cool to see him back in those pages. Sinestro back in green. All right. Plus Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner's a Super Bowl commercial star, I hear. I'll have to check that out. Ooh, here's one that we've been waiting for a long time. Finally going to print. This is the long-awaited second issue of Superman, The Last Days of Lex Luthor from Mark Waid and Brian Hitch with this Brian Hitch cover. And a B cover from Chris Samney. Look how beautiful. Look how bald I am. Get a second issue of Eddie Brock Carnage. Wanted to show off this invisible variant from Roger Antonio. I thought it was pretty cool. Get a second issue of One World Under Doom. Have you gotten a chance to read number 1? I thought it was pretty cool. What'd you think? Throw your thoughts in the comments and throw your orders into Comichub for number 2. That wraps up our focus on number 2s. Let's slide right on over into final order report for first issues. Get a first issue of this new series from Mad Cave and writer Paul Tobin with art by PJ Holden. This is called Dark Pyramid. Huki Hidalgo, adventurist and popular live streamer, has gone missing while climbing Mount Denali in Alaska. When his girlfriend, Becca, arrives at the base of the mountain to retrace his steps, she soon discovered something beyond the dreamy and impressive landscape. There's a conspiracy deep within the heart of Denali itself, a dark pyramid, silent, waiting. From Mad Cave Studios, this is Dark Pyramid number 1, with a B cover from John McCrae. Very creepy B cover. And that A cover from interior artist PJ Holden. Check it out. Available on March 12th. Titan Publishing comes out with a big new release from classic Puritan sword and sorcerer character. Solomon Kane is back. The Sword of Vengeance. Am I going? Yeah. Solomon Kane is back. The Sword of Vengeance slashes into its own new series. Solomon Kane, the Serpent Ring. Kane battles from the Barbary coast across southern Europe to the canals of Venice as a band of rogues forms around him in their quest for the fabled Serpent Ring of Set. It's the much anticipated return of Solomon Kane from Patrick Zurcher. We get a whole bunch of really cool covers. We get a cover by J.H. Williams. Skulls, skulls, skulls. Skulls, skulls, skulls. Mike Mignola. Ghost, ghost, ghost. Patrick Zurcher himself. Ooh, a very cool Andrew McLean cover. And a Dan Brereton cover for Solomon Kane, The Serpent Ring, number 1 by Patrick Zurcher, both writing and arting. Available on March 26th. Dark Horse Comics debuts this brand new series from Cullen Bunn and Christopher Mitten. It's Our Brilliant Ruin, horror at Crane Mansion, created in association with the tabletop RPG of the same name. Our Brilliant Ruin depicts a world where intricate social ties of allegiance and conflict are tested by the presence of the ruin, a malignant force that corrodes the world and turns people into horrific creatures. Oh, God. With a cover by Helen Mask, Cullen Bunn, Christopher Mitten, our brilliant ruin. Also from Dark Horse Comics, this new series from Mark Miller with artist Per Berg. This all-new series from the New York Times bestselling author Mark Miller. The world has been overrun by a vampire apocalypse. Every woman, man, and child dead, except the 2,000 tourists safe behind the walls and holy relics of the Vatican City. But as the vampires gather in their millions outside, how long can they hold out? Because the monsters can wait forever. This new 3-issue miniseries from Mark Miller and Per Berg debuts on April 9th with this cover by Per Berg, a black and white version of that very same cover, and a C cover by John McCrae. I almost said Per Berg. John McCrae. I want to be in the mouth of a vampire. Ah, crunch, crunch, crunch. This is Vatican City. Oh, that A cover. Yeah, Per Berg. Over at Image Comics, we get this brand new series from superstar writer Dennis Camp. Time is having a crisis. Mingling in the red light district, you can find actual cavemen, medieval knights, and cyborg soldiers on leave from World War IV. Victorian debutantes amble their way into cell phone stores, confused and bewildered. On their way to work, bleary-eyed commuters get trapped in time loops. Rising stars Dennis Camp and Eric Zawadzki present this ongoing, zigzagging anthology about the compromised cliques of our clocks, full of one-shot stories, both beautiful and ugly, tragic and redemptive, surreal, and somehow all too powerful, all too familiar. With this A cover by Eric Zawadzki, a B cover from Stepan Morian. This is Assorted Crisis Events number 1. Geiger number 12 seems to have hit an epic landmark. The first year of the hit ongoing Geiger series ends with a nuclear showdown. Eyes up here, son. As Geiger fails to take control of his explosive power, he must finally face the other glowing man. But this radioactive counterpart has a secret weapon that could destroy everything. Plus, Junkyard Joe and Nate, the Nuclear Knight, continue to uncover the secrets behind the unknown war. From Jeff Johns and Brad Anderson. Oh, also Gary Frank. This Gary Frank cover on A. A B cover from Martin Morazzo. A C cover from Gary Frank and Brad Anderson. Wraparound. Oh, it's a wraparound. All for Geiger number 2, wrapping up the first year of that hit ongoing series by Jeff Johns. Over at DC Comics, they kick off the second half of DC vs. Vampires World War V. Or 5. This is number 7 of 12 from Matthew Rosenberg and Otto Schmidt with this Otto Schmidt cover. A B cover from Santa Fung. She looks downright hostile there. A C cover from Marguerite Sauvage. Very nice. For DC versus Vampires World War V, number 7. New story arc. Also from DC, we get this one-shot. It's the Harley Quinn Fartacular Silent but Deadly one-shot. Calling all sickos, this one is for you. I've been holding in all my worst bits of bubble guts for the last 32 years, and it's all been leading up to this epic expulsion. Your nose will never be the same. You'll gag, you'll cry, you'll feel things you ain't never felt before. This one-shot is it an anthology? What's going on here? I can't even tell. This one-shot features story by Joanne Starrer and art from Ted Brandt and Rostein, with this A cover by Ted Brandt and Rostein, a B cover from Amanda Connor, and a C cover from Ben Caldwell. This is a one-shot Harley Quinn Fartacular, Silent but Deadly. Over at DC, they're bringing the band back together to close out this epic trilogy. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe one last time. First, Deadpool killed every hero in the Marvel Universe. Then he killed every hero in another Marvel Universe. Well, now he's back, and this time, slaughtering his way through Earth's mightiest heroes won't be enough. He's going after the worst of the worst. A whole multiverse of Marvel's greatest gone bad. Oops. Get ready for world-breaking Hulks, werewolf Captain Americas, and some all-new twisted takes. This classic universe-slaughtering team of Colin Bunn and Dalibor Talajic reunite to kill everyone one more time. Yeah, with this cover by David Paratore. A wraparound cover by... Let me see if I can get this wraparound a little bit better there. Hello. There it is. This wraparound cover by David Barden. Yeah, that's it. It's a Chad Hardin homage variant. And a Dan Panosian variant. Very cool. Ooh, look, Greg Land juggling heads. All for Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe one last time. Available on April 2nd. For $4.99, get your orders in this week and before Monday at 12. And that wraps up our focus on first issues. Now let's take an important look at upcoming events. Nope, not that one. This one. That. Oh no, we're not doing events yet. I doped that one all up. Sorry, folks. I need to do this last little segment on Marvel variants. There's a lot of excitement on the Marvel Rivals variants. We've got a couple of these this week, and a couple other ones that have been making some waves. We've got some Peach Momoko variants. You'll dig these. This Marvel Rivals variant is by Fareed Karami. It's going to be on the Avengers number 24 issue, and features everybody's Jeff. It's Jeff. We've got a Peach Momoko Kimono variant on the Avengers 24 as well. Got this April Pools Day variant on Cable, Love, and Chrome number 3. A Peach Momoko Kimono variant on Exceptional X-Men number 7, as well as Magic number 3, and New Champions number 3. Oh, we got a bunch of cool variants on Doom, on One World Under Doom. We got this Lionel Francis U Doomasaur variant, and a Marvel Rivals variant by R.B. Silva, Alessandro Capuccio variant, this Carlos Gomez Marvel Comics Presents variant, Psylocke number 5 Marvel Rivals variant by Vincenzo Caratu, and a Peach Momoko Kimono Psylocke number 5 variant. Okay, I think I did it. I did the whole thing. I got them all. Now, let's take a look at final order report for upcoming events. We got a bunch of important events I want to tell you about. And the first of which is going to be Valentine's Day Drink or Draw. Valentine's Day, you say? That's right, Valentine's Day. That's today. If you're watching during the premiere, you will have approximately, I don't know, at this point, maybe 20 minutes left to bust on over to Downey Brewing Company for our bi-monthly drink and draw. Downey Brewing Company is co-hosting this along with us and our pals over at Blick Art Supply, Blick Art Materials. It all happens this evening, Friday, February 14th, from 7 p.m. to 9:30 at Downey Brewing Company. And that's on 13121 Prospect Avenue. DowneyBrewingCompany.com has some more information, but I urge you to definitely Google that 13121 Prospect Avenue address. It's a little bit behind the business district, but you'll find it soon enough. And coming up on Monday, this Monday, February 17th, President's Day apparently, we have Brain Candy number 65, featuring the poetry of Sarah Carson, the prose of Drew Pineda, the music of Jake MacArthur, and the visual art of Jeremy Ian Harvey. We've got more information on greenbraincomics.com event page, but it's all free inside Green Brain Comics and put together for you free of charge, made possible by the performers, the Emerging Writers Network, and inviting you into Green Brain Comics this evening. And coming up in just a handful of short weeks, we welcome you back to Green Brain Comics Free Comic Book Day 2025 celebration. That's Saturday, May 3rd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free Comic Book Day is an annual celebration of free comics and all the culture around your favorite free comic books, your local comic book store. We will have a whole bunch of different selections. You got 3 different comics just for showing up from our Free Comic Book Day selection. And there'll be plenty of opportunities to get plenty more comics on Free Comic Book Day for Saturday, May 3rd. And I'd like to thank you for joining me today on Final Order Report. Like that. We do this every Friday evening on YouTube, telling you all about the awesome books that are going to print and giving you your last chance to get your special orders in through Facebook, through Comichub. Okay. Thank you for joining me on the Final Order Report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links to our shopping cart website. Oh, I don't know if I should go back up and say this. That's it. That's the top of the list. And you've got until Monday at noon, February 17th, to order these items and many, many more. Please send and confirm your items in your cart before the deadline. Thank you for joining me on the Final Order Report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All of the links to our shopping cart, website, and Comichub are below in the description. Music for this episode provided by Brainstem Productions. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. It's almost 40 years. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks. See you soon. See you tonight. Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.